Hello, Chandler.
Hey, how's it going?
Going great, guys. Chandler's joining us from UMA today, so gonna have a little opportunity to ask a few questions and hear some more. So welcome and thanks for coming along.
Yeah, an absolute pleasure.
So just give it another minute for everyone to join. Chris, how are we looking on recording?
We are currently recording.
Excellent. Just start in 1 second then. Okay, that should be live. Can everyone see my screen?
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, guys, I think we should kick it off nice and short and sweet on some introductions. So maybe we should go down the list as names that we say it, and just introduce yourself if you feel comfortable. Tell us why you love Yam. My name is Will. I'm helping out with community growth here. Really excited to be on the call today. Loving everything that's going on with the product range. I've got some really exciting developments underway, and loving seeing the community continue to grow. Got some really nice updated stats on the community growth this week, so dive into that in a minute. So Bruce, want to introduce yourself?
Hey there. Hey, I'm Bruce. I work in marketing here at Yam. For me, Yam, I had so much fun during the Yam DeFi summer last year, farming it, being part of the community. Just the whole concept of an open, fair launch project really appealed to me. I felt like a breath of fresh air in crypto. And every day here, I'm always inspired by the team here, and chatting with you guys. It's always fun building here. Moving on to buffering.
Yeah, no pressure if you don't want to. We'll introduce yourself. We can skip to the next person, Chandler, if you're not around buffering.
Yeah, hey guys, Chandler from the UMA team, probably one of the newer members of the UMA team. UMA team and the Yam team actually do quite a lot of work together, so that's how I came across the whole Yam ecosystem, UMA ecosystem. Pretty excited on some of the products that we have like in the pipeline. Pretty stoked to see what we got coming up out of our kind of collaboration in the near future.
Very nice. Die, are you there? Okay, can we move on to designer if you're around?
Yeah. I wonder if Die Hard was on mute, but at any rate, yeah. So I'm involved with Yam as helping out with mostly with branding, but I've just been having a hoot ever since I got involved, and I guess what I love most about Yam is that I love working with all of these other diverse background and geographically dispersed group of individuals who have come together under this common idea, and that's just a big experiment that's this emerging idea of community ownership around building something that has really I guess what excites me about that is that there's something meaningful going on here. And that's what really drives me.
Cool. Hey, everybody. Fedis here, in charge of operations, treasury, and also kind of leading the DAO House project. Been part of the Yam community since the beginning, and super excited to see how we evolved and we adapted to the environment as it changes. DeFi moves incredibly fast, and it's interesting to work with other protocols and build together with collaborations. And what makes me super excited about YAM is honestly the team that we have, the team that we're going to grow with, and the fact that YAM is really positioning itself as a key piece of DeFi. We've got a lot of collaborations with a lot of different players in the space, and it's extremely, how do I say this? It's exciting. It's super exciting to be a part of this. And I know that with the team that we have and the expertise and the knowledge and the work ethic of everybody that's working with YAM, I know we'll make something big. We're already in the process, and we're looking forward to seeing more.
Hey y'all, I'm Indigo. I'm just a lowly dev on YAM. I'm working on DGen V2. What I like about YAM, like everyone else said, every day I'm excited to work because this team is just awesome. Like I'm always learning something new every day from one of the team members, and also YAMs are very healthy for you. So.
That's very true.
I'm with YM1 and I help out on the financial side, doing a bit of strategy for DGen, looking at some synths. Also keen to get more involved in DAOs going forward. Lots of work to be done there. And kind of found YAM through DGen. I was trading the synths because I just thought they were really epic and I really liked the tech that they were built on. And that's what brought me here. And I stuck around because it's a cool place to be.
Nice. And lastly, does the user formerly known as Ball Fodler want to say hi again today?
Yes, thank you. Yep, user formerly Ball Fodler here. I really enjoy what I've learned about YAM so far. I think the opportunity that's there and the community that is participating and all you guys here is very unique and interesting, and I'd love to learn more. And I just had a conversation last night with the designer, and I'm hoping to get more involved, and I'd like some input from you guys and how I could be involved more with as a newbie with fresh eyes, just coming into it, experiencing how to get from knowing nothing to being involved, and want to try and help that process become easier for newer people coming in after me. And so that's, I'd like to start volunteering more, and I'd like to get closer to becoming a part-time contributor. And so I think this is one of my first steps that I'll take, and look forward to having chats with you guys about what you think as far as theme and content, and how we can make this easier and more approachable for the layman to enter YAM.
Absolutely, yeah, that would be amazing to see. And looking forward to seeing how that develops, and if we can make that process even easier for people to get involved in what's going on here. So we skipped over some people, so make sure you didn't miss yourself, guys. I want to hear.
Hey, yeah, I can jump in here. My name's Jeremy. I do writing for YAM, and basically how I got into YAM, just kind of like the rest of us, how YAM kind of burst into the scene last year and really started to start the whole wave of asset farming, yield farming as we know it. So that was very that kind of solidified the project as a pioneer in the space. And I can just kind of tack on to what a lot of the other team members said, in the sense that it's a very inclusive community. And as opposed to a lot of people who work for projects or places or what their normal jobs are, a lot of them are extrinsically motivated. And what is common within this team is that everybody is intrinsically motivated to make this project as best as it can possibly be. And just, I love the versatility and just the ability to kind of shape itself to try to create as much yield as possible and try to create as best of a fit in the DeFi space as possible. So it's just all really exciting stuff, and I just really enjoy being a part of it and helping out as much as I can. And it's definitely a pleasure to be amongst all the members on the team and just the community.
Awesome. So glad to have everyone here. So shall we move forwards and look at the agenda for today? Trying to keep these really nice and brief. I know everyone's got lots going on, and there's some exciting calls coming up very shortly. So should we start with Chandler? Do you want to take the mic for a few minutes and tell us what's going on with you guys, and maybe we can have a couple of questions from anyone that's got a question?
Yeah, more than happy to. Just like everything in DeFi, there's a lot happening in UMA at the moment. Just for anyone that isn't too aware of what UMA is, we're looking at creating, making DeFi synthetics really easy to make with our own optimistic oracle. Kind of some of the cool products that are coming out of our team at the moment. We recently just launched something called KPI options, which some of the YAM community got airdropped the other day. We also recently launched call options, which we think is going to be quite a cool product for any DeFi product or any DeFi team that has a lot of their own treasury assets that they want to kind of utilize and kind of make a bit more efficient and effective for them. And yeah, we kind of like playing around with some incentive models. So it's quite a nice little skunk house to play around with some cool incentive ideas and kind of bring open financial access.
Yeah, absolutely. Very excited and enjoying working together. I think some of the guys had a couple of questions. Ross, did you want to field the question?
Sure. Yeah, hey Chandler. I was wondering, I know you guys, all your contracts are expiring right now, but there is a perpetual in the works, which is super exciting. Do you have like more information on that and how that project is going?
The forever question that we get. You should see our Discord. That question gets asked quite a lot. I think it should be a when perpetual meme coming up. But yeah, you're 100% right. We've got a perpetual contract in the works. It's quite a long time coming. Actually, some of the design choices that we made kind of has delayed it slightly, and it's actually pretty much ready. But we're not letting anyone else use it at the very moment because we want to test it out with our own version of it. So kind of think of it as it's in beta testing mode. And as soon as we kind of think it works the way we intended it to work and there's no bugs or problems with the system, it'll kind of be launched for everyone to use. So timelines on something like that, I'm not 100% sure just yet, but it's actually something that's going to come out in a little while, if I can be a bit vague on that one.
Chandler, just a quick question on that. Is there anywhere that the community can go and read up about these new perpetuals? Because I couldn't find anything myself.
Yeah, so we've got I think it's a PR at the moment, but our doc site should be updated with a very vague description of what the perpetual is on our doc site. If you want to get into the weeds, all the code that the PR is and runs is actually on our GitHub. So if you're a bit more technically inclined, you can actually get a sneak peek on what it looks like.
Do you know if I know one of the guys from OpenDAO did a YouTube video that sort of went through and described a perpetual. I don't know if it's the same as the one that my understanding was they were using yours, but do you know, would that be the same model?
I'm not 100% sure I know of that YouTube video, so yeah, I can actually just check and find out and loop back on that one.
Cool. Yeah, I'll send you the link.
Cool.
Awesome. Did anyone else have any other questions? Ross?
I have a question. I was trolling around on your Discord and I saw a mention of you guys deploying your contracts onto BSC. And I've also just been curious, like, what's your guys' plans for layer 2s, or, I mean, in this case, are you guys going multi-chain or what's going on?
Yeah, that's actually a super question. That's actually something I'm spearheading at the moment. And in short, yes, we have a big comprehensive L2 roadmap ahead of us. BSC being one of the other ones, Polygon being another one. We're actually looking at any L2 that's EVM compatible. And like Uma's architecture makes us launching an L2 relatively simple with our from the contracts to our optimistic oracle to our DVM being somewhat independent, so we can have versions of it on L2 and versions of it still on main chain. And so yeah, we'll basically explore all of them. We're basically working with one or two teams at the moment to kind of use them as a test pilot for our first version of an EMP contract on a layer 2 solution. And much like our perpetual, use that as like the testing ground for making sure that the assumptions that we made when we designed them actually hold. And when we are happy with that, we'll kind of announce that, we're using this L2 now. Anyone that wants to develop on it can, and then just knock off more L2s from there. But we want to try to be as broad as possible and get to as many L2s that actually have developers actively developing on it.
Chandler, I have a question for you. What have you enjoyed most about collaborating with the YAM team? And is there anything that YAM is doing like through that collaboration that particularly excites you?
Yeah, cool question. The thing that I enjoy the most about the products that YAM build with Uma is that they actually are some of the first products that transfer risk. And so basically what a synthetic is in the real world is just a transfer of risk from one asset type to another. And I've noticed a lot of people coming up with ideas that don't actually transfer risk. They're just synthetics that track something, or synthetics that kind of are very basic in their nature, whereas the degen products that come out of YAM are actually, they have some version of risk transfer from them. So from like a financial engineering perspective, they have like cool implications. And so kind of the team that build them are kind of inspiring from that perspective. And I kind of just get excited around when we talk about the different like types of collaborations that we want to do in the future, they kind of go in that same direction.
That's awesome. Thanks, man.
One more question. So Uma's been out for maybe a little over a year or something, maybe less. I wanted to ask, like, what products do you think are possible with Uma but that haven't been made that you would like to see?
One of the ones that we're working on at the moment are volatility indexes. So a token that tracks volatility, which is quite cool. Because if you think about it, a volatility is a hedge against prices going down in some way. So that's a cool product that is actually going to come out fairly soon. We also kind of want to explore options markets in DeFi. There's not a lot of liquidity in that, and there's a few problems that we need to solve. But that's some area that I see really taking a lot of traction in the near future. And kind of just that's the immediate one. In terms of what's possible, actually, like being as creative as you can around how you want to create a synthetic and what it tracks has like virtually infinite potential. And so I often find coming up with the creative idea is the hardest part, and then when you kind of break it down, you kind of realize what's the value of it. And so yeah, I'm not 100% sure of what like other products we can create in the world. I think that we need to like get in a group with more people in the community and see what cool ideas are out there, and then kind of help encourage those ones. But for like the short term, I kind of like the idea of volatility indexes and options markets in DeFi. I also see with Uniswap v3, like the implications on liquidity mining and kind of just capital efficiency might make some products that were infeasible before a lot more feasible now. So I find that to be quite a cool place to spend a bit of creative brain power.
Awesome. It looks like we need a think tank for this.
Hey, Jen, I have a question for you. So one of the things that we've run into a lot, and we've discussed it with some of your other team members, but what are your thoughts on the capital efficiency of shorting synthetics?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
So what I mean is, what are your thoughts? So a lot of times, in order to short a synthetic, you have to mint it and sell it, and that requires usually whatever the GCR is, which is typically 2 to 3. So it takes 2 to 3 times the capital just to short whatever it is. Like if you're shorting 1 ETH worth of UGAS synth, it takes you 2 to 3 ETH to short that product. Have you guys thought about like kind of different ways to address this?
Yeah, I mean, the one that we discussed, if I remember the team mentioned last time, was to not enforce minting at the global collateralization ratio and leave it up to the sponsor to decide what their collateralization ratio would be. So that was one option that we discussed previously. But yeah, I guess it's one of those like security trade-offs. Yeah, I guess I don't actually have too much of a question or too much of an answer that would kind of be a game changer on my thoughts on it. I haven't actually spent too much time thinking about that one.
Cool, thanks.
Okay, awesome. I really appreciate your insight, Chandler. And I'm looking forward to continuing to build products together and see our communities become even more closely linked over time. So yeah, really appreciate you stopping by, and that's definitely food for thought there. Okay, so shall we move on to governance? So there are a couple of votes going on. Again, make sure you register for snapshot votes, which are gas-free. So there will be votes going up in the next 24 hours. And there will also be the YAM quarterly report out next week. So there'll be loads of interesting details to get into there. And hopefully we'll have some good discussion around that on the following call and also in Discord general chat. So I'm going to hand over to Fedez now if you want to talk about Treasury.
Certainly, thank you, Will. So our treasury holdings are looking good. As you can see, we've got a lot of assets on here, which actually don't include YAM. We do have quite a bit of YAM for our contributor vesting and general expense fund, but we don't put it on the treasury holdings. The total assets currently are around 8 million of everything. That does include a bunch of UMA tokens that are being distributed on this on-chain voting proposal going out soon. So number one, most of you guys will be getting rewards. Your rewards that you've been so looking forward to. Number two is that since we started the new stocks and UGAS contest, UMA has actually increased in price. So, to kind of say that we helped you hold on to the UMA until now, which helped it appreciate. So do what you will after you get it. But again, our rewards distribution is on a monthly basis. So the next one coming up will be in a month from now. So from the previous week, the Treasury increased about $343,000. The number of YAM holders are 7,100, which is great. The more people that hold YAM, the stronger our community is. YAM Twitter followers, we've got around 22,300, and Discord members, we have moved up about 100 or so to 8,859. And I'll turn it back over to you, Will.
Awesome, yeah, good to see more people hanging out in Discord. So on that subject, we've made a few changes. Discord spring cleaning is what we're calling it. So there is now a, hopefully soon, YAM tip bot, so we'll be able to tip each other for anything from making memes to translations to anything like that, showing appreciation, just sharing YAM love. So that will be very soon implemented. We also now have the CoinGecko bot. So in the markets channel, it should make markets a little bit more engaging, and we can all chat there about not just YAM price, but prices in general across DeFi and crypto. So use the P command and type the ticker you're interested in. Social media channel has been formed as well. So this is a place to not just share official YAM account, tweets, but tweets in general that further the YAM message and spread awareness of YAM and all of the amazing things YAM's doing. So if you see people sharing positive things about YAM, give it a like, give it a retweet, and then drop it into the social media channel so everyone else can see it and click through easily. Nothing gets missed, and we can really maximize our reach and our growth. There's also been a couple of channels archived, so you should notice that when you look at Discord, it's a really clean layout now, hopefully. So this is an evolving process, so any more feedback on how we can change it, make it better, and make it better for new users in particular, just drop a message in general. And we're also working on some new emojis finally. So right now, you can set a couple of emojis, but I think it would be really fun to have some really interesting new emojis. So expect those very soon. So a little thing here, the Museum of Fine Yams has been established. This is our NFT channel and account. So Bruce, do you want to take this?
Oh, everybody, yeah. So these animated GIFs that we see here are a sneak preview of the Use-Tonks NFT that we're giving away to the first 100 users who who minted an LP Use-Tonks for DGen. It's going to be a limited 100 edition run. 110 edition run, first 100 users, and 10 will go to the treasury for future gifts to community members. The Museum of Fine Yams is a new social media account that we started just to, it's going to be like a fun visual space, where we share like fun images, fun NFT projects we're working on, and I want this social media account to also reflect the community and be community owned. So if you're interested in like creating NFTs with YAM, reach out to me or Will, and let's start collaborating.
Yeah, very, very pleased to see this. There will also be some more announcements soon. So yeah, no more teaser other than that, but keep your eyes peeled. And don't forget to follow the Museum of Fine Yam's Twitter accounts, YAM NFT. So that'll be the best place to keep up to date with everything coming out. These are so cool. So next up, a little update on DAO House. So Fedis, again, do you want to take this?
Yeah, thanks everybody. So Sushi House has been passed, as we know from last week. Initial funding of $5 million into the Sushi House, which is awesome. There's not, I don't think there's anything like this that has this much funding. We've looked at other platforms aside from SET, and there are basically very, very few sets that have more than 5 million assets under management. And this is specifically, for Sushi's treasury. The deployment strategy that we're working on with the Sushi team, we're looking at how to deploy the 5 million. Essentially, it all comes in as Sushi, so we need some sort of, just a careful way of divesting those assets so it doesn't hurt the market. So this is part of the service that we offer at DAO House, is a kind of a custom solution depending on the situation. 5 million, you've got to treat 5 million differently than 10 million, differently than 1 million, just because of liquidity reasons. You know, if you're trading $5 million worth of sushi, you got to make sure that there's enough liquidity in that asset. Asset allocation of it would likely be some YAM, WBTC, ETH, and likely 3 CRV, which is the stablecoin that has yield to it. You know, we're looking for newer, you know, interesting assets, but at the same time, high liquidity, high safety to match with the strategy that we're going with. In addition to the Sushi House, we're also developing a passive DAO House index for DAO treasuries. What that is for treasuries that might not be interested in a full custom Sushi House, DAO House, we have an option of a product that if your treasury is full of your own protocol token, or it's got very high systemic risk, and you want to diversify from that, this is the passive index that has rebalancing specifics as far as like metrics and statistics or analytics to rebalance, and it will protect the rest of your treasury. So look out for developments there. We're also, if you guys, if you're in crypto, if you're here listening to this, you're likely in other DAOs and other projects, protocols. If you know of a DAO that has a large treasury of their own protocol tokens, let us know. We'd love to reach out for them. We might be able to offer some sort of kind of finder's fee for connecting us with another protocol. At the end of the day, this is all beneficial for everybody. A lot of protocols that have large treasuries that are not divested, it's risky. We all know that this market moves in cycles. The bear cycle will be coming. When? I don't know. How bad will it be? I don't know. How long it will be? I don't know. But likely it will come. So if you like the protocol, if you want to help the protocol, you're best off just helping them divest their treasury. And the last piece is regulatory risk. So if we're sort of, DAO House might be moving in a wealth management type of project in the future. We definitely need to review our regulatory risk. It's not without any regulatory risk. So we will be kind of following up with that with the law firm to figure out what's best for Yam.finance. And that's all I've got for the DAO House. Any questions? All right, I'll hand it over back to Will.
Awesome. Very keen to see this moving forward. Next up, a little update on Umbrella for you. You're on for that?
Yeah, of course. Focus continues to be on designing and building our UI. That's obviously been a major piece. Having an easy UI that is clear to navigate is very, very relevant to make sure people know how to use the platform. So that gets like major attention from all of us. And then the other thing that we also need to make sure is we need to make sure the protocol is fair. It's fair towards those people who buy protection and those system members, protocol members who are providing liquidity. And it's in this context that we're now looking at various tools that can be used for arbitration. Those are core type systems but fully decentralized. Because you have to keep in mind that in the traditional world, obviously, certain structures are established. And in case there's a dispute, you can always go back to a court system. You might have an ombudsman who can mediate and settle disputes. But in the decentralized world, all those things don't exist. There is no internet court. However, we need to make sure we have a system that accounts for disputes and that's able to resolve those disputes in a fair way. Whatever tool we're going for, whatever solution we're going with, we need to layer that into the UI and hook it up to the smart contracts on the back end. So there's on the one hand, there's a little bit of system design involved in the sense of general protocol design, as well as some implications on the tech level, back end and front end. So those are really the main things at the moment that are going on. Any questions? Doesn't seem like it. Okay, well, over to you.
Thank you, Theo. Yeah, very cool. Umbrella, I think, is going to be well worth waiting for. I know some people have been really looking forward to getting Umbrella out, but arbitration is something that just has to be done right, and there's no point having a system that isn't fair. So yeah, looking forward to seeing this evolve. And next, we have a nice marketing update. I don't know if Bruce or Jim wants to take this.
Jim, want to go for it?
Yeah, well, so the creative team is hands down with continuing to work on strategies and branding for Umbrella. But the primary focus right now is a big push on Degenerative V2. There's going to be a probably about a 5-week time frame, build up, and somewhat of a splash launch that we have planned right now. And there's many parts and pieces that need to come together around the new UI and support the UI in terms of user documents, how-tos, etc. And then the communication around the new synths. And gee, I think that's about it that I have to report. If you want to, I see you have some visuals up here, Bruce, for beautiful visuals on Dow House or Sushi House.
Right. Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that is we're working on a Sushi House announcement, which we'll share soon. And we can't really share too much on what we're working on regarding Umbrella or Degen V2, but it's very exciting. It's very exciting and very bold and dynamic, and hopefully we can share it soon with you guys.
Yeah, I love the aesthetic here. Very cool. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for this week. Does anyone have any questions or any thoughts on any of the news today? Happy to open it up to anyone at all. Okay, looks like that's it for this week. Of course, again, this will be recorded and put on YouTube. Make sure to follow. And yeah, looking forward to seeing everyone on Discord this week. Give feedback on how we like the new layout. And yeah, look forward to more updates next week, guys.